Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. It's nice to be sewing with friends. I made a quilt block last week, I think, called Red Lilies, and here it is. I made 8 more, so I have enough for a quilt top. I haven't quite decided if this quilt top is done or not done. We need to figure that out. So today I'm going to add the sashing and borders. Let's get started. After pressing all of my blocks, I had to take out the basting stitch on all of the quilt blocks. The pattern, the video for this quilt block will be down in the description box. So I just took out the basting stitches and pulled all those threads out. And one thing I like to do is use tweezers. I think in the next little section here, I finally got my tweezers out, because those work really well at pulling the threads out. After you do a little bit of clipping, you just take your tweezer and pull and it comes right out. I put the blocks up on my design wall here and decided that I think the sashing was going to be a little bit larger than I had first imagined, so I cut some strips from actually I used a cotton sheet. I was using a cotton sheet for all the background fabric for these blocks, and it was a big sheet, so I had a lot of fabric, which was great. So I'm cutting my strips 4.5 inches wide, and then they need to be 16.5 inches long to go between those 3 rows of 3. So I actually need just 6 strips that are 16.5 inches. After I had my 3 rows of 3 quilt blocks, I started adding the long pieces of sashing that went between my rows. And the way I do this is I lay it on a long table and I just pin the pieces together. I know some people like to measure, but I prefer just spreading it out, making it sure it's nice and smooth, and pinning the long pieces together. After getting the sashing and a 4.5-inch border onto my quilt here, it is about 66 inches square, and I do think it needs to get a little bit bigger. So I need to think about what to add, and if you have some ideas, it'd be fun to see what my quilting friends think should border this beautiful quilt. I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. I love the red and the green. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.